The Department of Environment, Water and Natural Resources is monitoring the risk of erosion levels across South Australia. Senior Project Officer Giles Forward tells us more about the project.
We commission a monitoring program where we do drive-by field surveys in the agricultural cropping districts of South Australia. We've selected particular road transects across the main agricultural cropping regions, and we go along those roads looking at the same paddock sites 4 times each year. It's about 5,500 sites that we view. So we do a set of paddock observations of the amount of ground cover and whether there's soil being disturbed or not, and what sort of phase, cropping phase or pasture phase the paddock is in at that time. We score the cover rating on a scale from 1 to 8, whether it's a full standing cover or through to completely bare soil. We do a rating for how disturbed the soil is, whether it's completely firm or whether it's been tickled up a bit or whether it's been completely cultivated. We really put that information together with the soil type and landscape type to give an overall estimate of the erosion risk. From our field erosion protection surveys, we were able to estimate the overall erosion risk or the amount of land protected at different times of the year. And so from year to year we can really monitor that. One of the key targets that we gather this data for is the South Australian Strategic Plan target T70, called Sustainable Land Management, and that aims to achieve a 20% improvement in the protection of agricultural cropping land from erosion from the baseline year of 2003 through to the target year of 2020. We've been doing these surveys since year 1999, so we've now got nearly 12 years of data. And we certainly can see an improving trend in soil erosion protection. We've seen that despite recent drought years that erosion protection has continued to improve. So it's really the credit to improved farming practices. There's been a large increase in the use of no-till, zero-till practices over that 10 to 12 year period, and we think that's gone a long way to explaining the improvement in soil erosion protection that we've got from our field survey. The benefits, I guess, are primarily that the valuable topsoil is being retained in the paddock, and so that the fertility of the soil can be maintained and improved. If soil erosion does occur, it can, of course, damage emerging crops. Any practices that can minimise the amount of time that the soil might be exposed through a cultivation or burning will certainly help to reduce that erosion risk. And likewise, managing grazing to maintain adequate cover on the ground can also help quite a lot. Standing stubble will give better protection from wind erosion than a stubble that's been flattened onto the ground. On sloping land that might be prone to water erosion, it's a bit different in that we want to protect the ground from the impact of raindrops. So it's actually more important to have an even cover across the ground to cover over as much of the ground as possible. The cropping lands are well on their way to reaching the target, but there's a way to go yet. We're still hoping that there can be further improvement in soil erosion protection over the coming years.